Hi guys, sorry I had an emergency and was not able to do this live, but just wanted to go over the information for you on this week. This week we're going to cover Wicker, writing a college essay, AVID Club, and then I have some additional information for you on your tutorials. So first up, we do have a guest speaker. That will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. There's a link here where you can access it. You can also check on the school website for information regarding how to access the guest speaker. Encourage you guys to go if you get a chance. If not, we will record it and I'll send out a recording for you. Mr. Treehall is going to go over how he got through college, what he did to pay for it, and he has some great tips for you. So I encourage you, if it's possible for you, to go ahead and go. Next up, this month you will have a lesson on Wicker. Wicker stands for Writing, Inquiry, Collaboration, Organization, and Reading. You'll be learning more about that in each of those stages and steps. You'll watch a video on Steve Jobs on a speech that he gave at a commencement speech at a graduation at Stanford, I believe. There's an example here of Cornell notes if you want to know what those look like. So you're going to take notes on his speech, and then after that, you'll also go in and read the transcript of the speech and highlight the key points. You will be submitting both of those to be graded. So we're looking at not only the writing in your notes, but also your organization and your reading as a part of this assignment. In the discussion board, you'll discuss what differences you learned between watching the video and reading the transcripts. Because sometimes you can catch things when you read an actual transcript that you didn't catch when you were watching the video and listening to somebody. You also have a lesson, I believe it's lesson 9, on college essays. And so you're going to start off by using a prompt and then looking at what you think college admission officers are looking for when they read student essays. The first part of the assignment is you're going to brainstorm questions and the college essay, and look at a college essay rubric to evaluate a student's essay and determine if you would recommend the writer to be admitted to college or not based on the information that you have. And then the second assignment that goes along with the college essays lessons is for you to actually start brainstorming and creating a timeline of the major events in your life that you could possibly use as a starting point for writing your own college essays. The post for the learning team, you're going to post your ideas in your learning teams and in the discussion board. And there's more detailed instructions on that in the lessons. One other assignment this week is to make sure that you've joined the AVID Club. I sent out invitations to everybody as I'm the facilitator for that. So you should have received an email that you could just click on accept to join the AVID Club. If you haven't already done so, you do need to do it. It is required. You receive a grade for it, and we're going to be communicating with you through the AVID Club and have some different activities available for you. So check that out. The first tutorial, those of you that got it done last week, awesome. If you weren't able to get it in, it is due by this Friday. Don't forget that we've updated the TRF form so that you're teaching to solidify your learning instead of waiting to figure out the answers. You must have at least 2 other students join you in your tutorial, or a student and a facilitator. But we would really encourage you to have at least 2 other students there. Use Google Hangouts to arrange your tutorial, which you guys have done a very good job of. Make sure you follow through with that. In addition to that, you can also pop in with Miss Salvatore. Her tutorial, she is going to open her live session link for tutorials on Wednesdays from 4 to 5 p.m. and on Fridays from 10 to 11 a.m. So if you need to hold your tutorial, you can always jump in if you're available on Wednesday or on Friday and get that taken care of. Hopefully there'll be a couple of other students there along with Miss Salvatore for you to meet with. Or you can just set up your own time and meet with 2 other students to hold your tutorial. So like we said, we changed the tutorial request form. You can still do the old one if you'd like to, or you can do this one. And the new one, you're just going to pick a course. You're going to fill out the box at the top, your course, your teacher, your assignment, your name, my name as your AVID teacher, and the date. And then you're going to tell us what your point of confusion was or area of interest for further study, and then what research you did and what what you discovered. So an example of this, if I were doing this and walking through and presenting your tutorial, what you're actually going to do is you're going to fill out this form, and then you're going to present that information in your tutorial. So if you came into your tutorial, you would come in and say, hey, my name is Johnny, and for my tutorial, I chose my government class. Mr. Rawlings is my teacher, and the assignment or topic was on the Electoral College. And my point of confusion or area of interest, actually I had a question. My question was, after doing lesson 12 in government, I'm kind of intrigued by the Electoral College, and I wanted to learn more about what the origin of the Electoral College was. Why did they set it up, and what else I could learn about the Electoral College. So I did my research, I Googled it, I went back and looked at my coursework, and I read some additional information on it. And what I discovered was that the reason that they originally set up the Electoral College was because they didn't think that people were smart enough, and that the common layperson didn't have enough knowledge about government that they could be a part of making the decisions of who to elect. And so that's really the bottom line as to why they started the Electoral College, which I thought was kind of interesting. And an example of applying the concept of what applying that concept is I actually wanted to know if anybody's tried to abolish the Electoral College, because obviously now with technology, that's not the case. You know, people are fully informed or have the opportunity to be because there's so much technology out there. So, you know, that was an example of applying it. And then additional questions on the subject, or questions that are still looming, is, you know, why do we still have the Electoral College? Can we get rid of it? What are the steps and processes, you know, to get rid of the Electoral College? And is anybody taking those steps and trying to do it? So that is my tutorial and what I learned about my question and my further study. The end. So you could ask if anybody has any questions. People could pose questions to you, and that would be considered your tutorial about what you learned. If you want to use the old form that's in there, the original one, you can do that as well. The main point of doing a tutorial is so that you can gain a deeper knowledge and understanding of the content. Now, whether that is through you trying to figure out the answer to a question that you have and having others help you with it using the original format of a tutorial in AVID, or if that's through you going out and doing further study on your own through Google or whatever, then that's something that you could use. So there's some information here that you can do. As far as team bonding goes, I've got some questions here. Answer 5 of those, and that will be considered your team bonding. I believe that this recording is going to stop, so have a great week. Thanks.